Hello everybody and welcome back to a very exciting video. Today we're checking out and unboxing the Elite 79, I believe, Undertaker Walmart exclusive collector's edition. And this figure is incredibly hard to find. I found one and I've been to like 7 or 8 Walmarts at this point. I was super lucky. They just stocked a case of Elite 79 and I saw, I guess maybe one of the employees were hiding it for later, and I saw it behind a bunch of AW belts for some reason. And I freaked out when I saw it. I was gonna pay the insane resale price for this. I think it's like 50 or 60 bucks on eBay at this point, just because I love this figure so much. It's in such a nice packaging, celebrating 30 years of The Undertaker. And I believe this attire is actually going from his tag team match with Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre and Shane McMahon at Extreme Rules, where he had the much higher up singlet. I wouldn't be surprised to see a an Undertaker Boneyard match in the near future, maybe even a 2-pack between him and AJ Styles, which would be awesome. But let's take a look at the actual box of this figure. You can see it is a nice purple. Comparing it to a different standard Elite, here we have the Rocky Man Johnson Elite that I just unboxed on my second channel. There will be a link in the description below. But I love the purple. You see it has a really nice back on the ground, or on the backing of the figure, which is like one of the cross. I believe it says 30 years. On the side, you have the Undertaker, not in this attire. And then you see at the bottom, you have his little cross thing with 30 on the bottom. And then on the side, you have the classic dead man rolling his eyes back of his head. And then the Elite Collection on the bottom. Then on the back, you have the different stages of the Undertaker. You have the debut style Undertaker here. The current Undertaker, I believe that's from around Super Showdown, where he faced DX with Kane. And then you have the American Badass Big Evil Undertaker right here. Then you have 1990 to 2020 with the Undertaker on top of the cross with 30. And then it has a little paragraph. He debuted as the Hollowed-Eyed Dead Man. He evolved into the leader of the Ministry, the Lord of Darkness. He transformed into a motorcycle-riding force of destruction. Big Evil. He lived on as the icon phenom. He immortalized himself as the last outlaw. And for over 30 years, if you step to him, he'd make you famous. He's the man whose legacy will never rest in peace, The Undertaker. This figure is absolutely insane, and I'm super excited to get this thing out of the box. So let's take a look. So I got him out of the package, and I have to say this figure is insane. Straight out of the package, he does come with his signature vest and his hat. You can remove the hat, and you can see a new head scan, kind of reminiscent of The Undertaker when he shaved his head right after his Hell in the Cell, right before his Hell in the Cell match with Triple H, and then he kind of had this kind of style of hair when he faced Brock Lesnar. See on the back there, much of shaved head with a recessed hair kind of look, sorry. You can see his hair kind of falling into the back of the jacket. The hat actually sits pretty well. It's just your standard Undertaker hat, black hat, kind of cowboy style. It sits on his head really well. Much better than most of the Elite heads actually sit, or hats sit on the figures. He does have a little spot, barely even noticeable on his head. Actually, I'm not even seeing it at this point. But I can assure you he does. Or maybe he did and it wiped off somehow. You can see the head scan. It looks insane. This is an amazing figure. You can see how nice textured the jacket looks. It's got all these different designs in it. He does come with an alternate set of hands. But at this point, I've decided I'm not even taking those out of the packaging. You can see the design on the actual jacket is insane. Taking off just a little bit, you can see he does have that high neck singlet, which kind of looks painted on, but this figure looks insane. You almost have to display him like this with his hat on, though. I don't even want to try to take this off. You can see the pants there, just all black. He's all black in everything he's got on. He looks absolutely insane. I was able to pick this up for $16, which was an absolute steal in my opinion. Like I said, this thing's going to be extremely hard to find, I feel, at least in rural areas like I live in, and I know a lot of people live in. You'll probably be able to see him in a few more populated places where you'll get a lot of Elites, but it seems like in my Walmart, you get one case of each style, or one case of each series, and then you're done. I've seen one case of 78, one case of 77, and then I believe we got our last case of 79, and they'll move on to 80 pretty fast. But overall, this is probably one of my favorite Elite figures that I've seen all year. This figure is absolutely insane. And I did unbox some other Elites on my second channel. I unboxed the Soul Man Rocky Johnson, the collector's edition, which I love these collector's editions. I definitely don't want them to stop, even though they're insanely hard to find. And weirdly, this Undertaker is not available on Ringside, probably because Walmart or Mattel thought it was going to sell really well. And I also unboxed the Superstar Billy Graham on from Ringside. It's a collector's edition for the previous Elite sets. Like I said, I'm a big fan of these, but I'm actually kind of surprised that this one didn't show up on Ringside. It looks like it might be that way for Davey Boy Smith as well, because he's not on Ringside right now with all the other Elite, I think 83s or something like that. But maybe, so my recording just cut out there, but like I was saying, maybe we'll see this Undertaker show up on Ringside in the near future. If it does, I definitely think it will make the resale value of this figure plummet a little bit, because they'll be more widely spread. But I mean, this figure is awesome, and I really don't care if this becomes more widely available, because this is such a nice Undertaker, and I mean, I want everyone to be able to have this. And it's celebrating 30 years, so I definitely hope this gets shown up on Ringside or maybe Walmart.com or something like that, just because this is awesome. Maybe they could even release it on Mattel Creations. That's a new thing that they started recently, and we've seen Mr. T on there. So I love this figure. One thing I wouldn't mind is seeing maybe an Undertaker Ultimate Edition in the near future, and maybe his American Badass, or maybe like 2008 Undertaker. That'd be super cool. But that's pretty much all I have to say. If you see this figure, definitely pick it up. If you're not just if you're not just a fan of The Undertaker, or you just want to sell it, I mean, the prices on eBay are insane. But I do thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.